It's time for the award speculation show that nobody watches and nobody cares about. Hey everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and it's time for our annual Hypothetical Oscar Awards for voice actors, otherwise known as the Voices, although maybe we'll actually stop calling it Hypothetical Oscars and actually just make it an actual awards. Who knows? Can we do that? If this video starts getting a lot of views and comments, we might consider doing that. But anyway, for those of you who are new at this and wondering what this is all about, back in 2011, and it's scary to think that I've been doing this for more than 10 years now, I wrote an article basically making an argument that the Academy Awards should actually have awards for voice actors. I argued it would do a couple things. First, it would show that the Academy does take animation seriously. It would get more actors into the Dolby Theater. Is that what they're calling it nowadays? I don't know. And that's always good for star power. And it would add a few more awards, and maybe you could add a whole bunch of new voting members to the Academy. And I think the everyday public would actually watch it because, well, unlike a lot of the live-action Oscar movies performances that get nominated, people might actually have seen the animated performances and they might care. The first time I did that, I argued it in 2011, as mentioned before. And then a few years later, I added 3D to that because, you know, it's crazy that we've had 3D films for more than a decade now being used like a dozen or two times a year, and nobody's actually awarding 3D like that. You know, that just adds a whole... There's so many reasons to do 3D and give out an award, like actually encourage good 3D. But anyway, so we've been doing that for a long time, and we're going to be doing it again this year. Now, we kind of took a break last year just because of the whole, you know, COVID thing, but now we're going to do our 10th one, and I'm going to announce the nominees. And if I timed this video correctly, the Oscar nominations have indeed already been announced this morning, so I might have a video later on about my thoughts on that. But let's do our little hypothetical nominees thing. Now, the way this is going to work, it's going to be like one specific rule change in this year. Before, we always based it on the original performance. So, for example, if an anime film was released during Oscar eligibility season, but a English dub came a few months later, only the original Japanese voice actor would be eligible to be quote-unquote nominated. Again, this is all hypothetical. It's all fun. Please don't sue us, Academy. But this year, there were actually several foreign language films that premiered wide in both their original language and dubbed. So I decided, you know, just because I think it would be interesting. I mean, years ago, when Billy Elliot, the musical, was nominated for a bunch of Tonys, there were actually 3 actors who were nominated and won the Best Actor in a Musical award for Billy Elliot portraying, well, Billy Elliot. And the reason they did that was because for the premiere performance, I believe all 3 actors portrayed Billy at some point. So they did that to try to get all 3 of them nominated so that no one was having favorites played. And I'm sure it also meant there was no nightmare when it came to buying tickets from people going like, does this have the guy who won the Tony tonight? I don't want to see the show if it's one of the understudies. So yeah, all 3 of them win the Tony. Doesn't matter what performance you're seeing. They won a Tony for this award, and for this role, I should say. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're going to be doing here. If there was a performance where the movie was released both in English and another language, and both the performers were considered award-worthy, they could share the nomination. So some categories might have more than 5 nominees. But anyway, let's get that out of the way. I'm curious what you're going to think of that rule. But let's start with the nominees themselves. And we'll start with Best 3D. And the nominees for Best 3D in a Motion Picture this year are The Boss Baby, Family Business, Encanto, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Sing 2, and Spider-Man, No Way Home. Moving on to the nominees for Best Supporting Actress in an Animated Film. The nominees are Lilas Ikuta and Jessica Di Chico for Belle. Maria Cecilia Botero, Encanto. Emma Berman, Luca. Maya Rudolph, The Mitchells vs. the Machines. And Kylie Contral for Ron's Gone Wrong. The hypothetical nominees for Best Supporting Actor in an Animated Feature are John Leguizamo, Encanto. Jack Dylan Grazer, Luca. Mike Rianda, The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Bono, Sing 2. And Juan DeMarcos, Vivo. The hypothetical Oscar nominees for Best Actress in an Animated Feature Film are Chloe Grace Moretz, The Addams Family 2. Kaho Nakamura and Kylie McNeil for Belle. Stephanie Beatriz, Encanto. Abby Jacobson, The Mitchells vs. the Machines. And Kelly Marie Tran for Raya and the Last Dragon. The hypothetical Oscar nominees for Best Actor in an Animated Feature are Natsuki Hanai and Zach Aguilar for Demon Slayer, the movie. Jacob Tremblay in Luca. Danny McBride in The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Tony Hale for Pompeii of Chimneytown. And Lin-Manuel Miranda for Vivo. And those are our hypothetical nominees. The hypothetical winners will be announced on Oscar night throughout the telecast, so during commercial break, if you want more Oscar goodness, even if it's not actually real Oscars, tune into this channel and subscribe and ring the bell to make sure you don't miss those videos. And what do you all think of the nominees? Did we get it completely right? Were there some glaring omissions? I don't know. What do you think? I'd love to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.